Hey, good morning, Mark, Single Car Garage. What's going on? It's been a while. I think I posted a car show, but let's get caught up with what's been going on here at the shop. Well, unfortunately, the 86 has kind of been shoved into a corner, and it has parts on it. So I would imagine that this car is probably going to sit there till spring or longer. But hey, it's inside. We've got all the parts for it. That's what's on the back of it. There's the old upper, and there's the new upper. Then there's a lower. So that's the uppers and lowers for the rear end, and we just need to get out there and put them in, and that's about all we've got to do. So anyway, probably spring. The O1's been getting a lot of driving. We've been going to a lot of car shows and just driving the heck out of it this summer because, hey, it's the only thing running. The 36 had an oil leak right down here, the ascending unit. And of course it was back towards the back part. So had to take all this out. There's your sending unit, and there's the piping someone done. Most of the time these sending units come straight off the back of a Pontiac engine, but because of this battery box, it won't work that way. So they plumbed it around up to here. In order to take all this out, this battery box had to come out. So I took the battery box out, which is pretty easy. It's only one bolt that holds it in, which tells me when I remodel the engine compartment on this car, that's one of the things I want to fix. I want more than one bolt. So, but anyway, I took all that apart and put sealing tape on it and put it all back together, and it has stopped the leak. And of course, behind me, my 66 Impala, first car I ever had, which I think I've told you all that. We've got to put a new flex plate and new starter on it. I had a starter problem, took that starter, exchanged it, and the new starter will not line up right. And we've tried 2 or 3 other options, and I do not know what's happened. That flex plate on here is new. It looks in great shape, but I bought a flex plate and starter that match up. So I don't know. I broke the head. It's riding up on the flex plate on the teeth. It was hitting and riding up on it, and it broke the head off the starter twice. And you couldn't adjust it down closer because there, had no shims under it at all. But I've got to do that, and we've been pretty busy this summer, and we've been pretty busy. My daughter will go over and look at the Le Mans here in a minute. Was off a couple of weeks ago, but we had a couple of the grandkids here, and really just did not get much done. But I'll show you an update where we're at. So 36, I got that oil. Man, I was surprised. I'd pull it in the shop, get a spot that big around under it, nothing serious. And but it was coming from where the sending unit was, and oil doesn't drain down into that area. Where in some other areas it'll keep dripping for a while until your oil drains down. I was amazed. Took it for a 4-hour trip a couple of weeks ago, and was amazed at how much oil it pushed out of this drip. And I could tell by the exhaust it was, but I didn't. I was shocked. Got that fixed, and it's not leaking. I've driven it some, so that's good. I do have a valve cover leak on the other side. It is nothing serious. It's more of sweating than leaking, but it's getting to that point. It needs to be fixed. Probably this fall is not going to be the thing. That 36 will probably go to this back corner here pretty soon. I would like to drive it a little bit more, maybe a week or two more, and enjoy it a little bit more. But I don't, there's a few things, really nothing I'm going to take it to at the end of this year. So I think I'm going to park it, the project for that. And I don't know if I was going to start it, and I don't think I am at the moment, is I want to take the hood off and paint it. And, well, let me show you. Let's go over here, okay? See, I want to take it off and finish all the hood underneath and make it look as good as the paint on the car. And then here, I'm going to build me a piece that goes from here to the other side, which will hide all this firewall. I was going to come in and redo this firewall, and I don't want to. So I figured out a lazy way of doing it. I'll still paint from this far up on the firewall. I'll just paint it. I might even just paint it black, not even the car color, because that's going to come up to here. And what I might do is close in right here, possibly. But right now my plan is a panel from this side to that side with some rolls in it to match. And I'm going to screw it down. And that way when you're standing up looking down, you won't see all this mess. Now basically, this is how it would look. It'll go right behind the air cleaner, and it'll be right above the coil all the way across. But see how it hides everything? And I was going to tear out this firewall, and I was going to put a new firewall in. But I think if I do it that way, it'll look okay. It will not be perfect, but it will be a lot better than what I got. So that's what's been going on the 36. Like I said, it's probably going to go to the corner, and I really would like to get the hood and stuff painted. That's a pretty quick fix, and it'll make the car look a lot better. My plan is, this is why I hate doing it, because I hate to go back and tear it down, is I want to take everything off the front end of this car. I want to clean up all the frame and paint it. They've got some nasty welds from where it's been welded back in the day. I'd like to clean that up and make it all look better and paint it. Not trying to make it a show frame. I just want to make it, when you get under it and look, go, hey, it looks pretty good. While doing that, I want to change my radiator out to something that's more efficient. I do have this thing cooling like it should now, but I'd like to have a new radiator in it. It had a small leak. There's some steam coming out of it, and I put some stop in it. I did not, I don't want to get it fixed. So I want to get a radiator fans built in from like Cold Case. And that way all I have to do is drop it in and I'm ready to go. Hopefully they make one. I've went online and looked. I haven't seen what I wanted. I have not went to some of the, Griffin and Cold Case and see what's available out there. But I want to do that. And when I do that, I want to take that motor out, because when I clean the frame, I want to take the motor out. I want to take the motor out and clean it, repaint it, make sure the cooling system, and I'll put a high flow pump in it. Make sure the rubber grommets and stuff are in there, because a lot of times when people change that, they don't put them back in there. And I noticed this one has a new water pump, so I kind of wonder. But the flow seems okay. But I want to check all that out. Clean the car up, take the aluminum intake off, have it cleaned, and blast it, and put everything back together, so it'll be very presentable underneath the hood. Like I said, that back thing will look good when you're standing up looking down. Now, if you're sitting in a chair looking, you're going to see that come down, and you're going to see under it. But the main thing is when people at shows and stuff look down, it's not seeing all that air conditioning. That's not the way I would have run it, but it was ran, and I'm not going to rerun it. The car's a driver, so I just wanted to look a little bit better when I pop the hood. I actually do not pop the hood when I go to cruisings and stuff, because it looks well driven, I think. And I'm even thinking about putting 3 deuces on it. It'd be kind of cool to raise that hood and see them 3 deuces, but I also don't want to deal with the problems that those 3 deuces bring along with keeping them tuned up. So, and I'm going to change the valve covers to aluminum and change the air cleaner to aluminum. So that is probably going to be a year project. So, and I'm probably, it kind of down to depend on, do I want to drive it next year or do I not? And I do want to go to the Moonshiner deal down there in Dalton. And I don't think I can have the car done prior to that. So if I decide I'm going to go to that, I'm just going to park it in the corner. I'll drive it a few times next spring. And then when that show comes up, I'll go to it, and I'll come home. When I come home, that's when I'll tear it down. So, hey, anyway, that's all on the 36. Let's go over here and look at the Le Mans and see what's happening. Shot from the tail of it. Shot down the side. She has all her chrome on. And there's those side vents, and I mean, I'm really digging them. They're all painted, left the chrome edge on them. I think it's a pretty cool change. But of course, I would think that. So, hey, we got everything painted, and we had a Monario. Got a spot we got to fix. It's not a big deal. There's our hood. There's our bumpers. She's in the finishing touches now. Wiring the engine up, putting the bumpers on. Me fixing that fender. And getting all the windows put in it, and then finishing the interior, and she's done. So next trip in, not this weekend, I think the next weekend, we're going to put all the windows in, front, back, tint the back window, and button up. And there's the windows. She really did a great job tinting these windows. And I say that because it's $200 to tint those windows here in our local community, and I think that she's got $20 tied up in it. So, hey, I think she did a great job. And this week we're working on the window conversion for the 68 pickup truck. I'm trying to get everything done on it so I can walk away from it. And I'll show you all some bits and pieces on videos of this, but it just does away with the wings. I wouldn't do it personally, but it does look good. But boy, I just love the wings. All my old cars that have wings, I'd rather ride around with the AC off and the wings open and the windows down. But hey, I'll do some videos on it. And we need to get that in, and I need to get the wiring. And by the way, That's everything. And then we need to go over here and get our wiring laid out as soon as we get this windows in. And I'm going to put the inner fenders in. So it's coming together. Need to get it done so we can get her out of here. So, hey, that's basically what we've been doing. So let me, I've got to get my Buick Special on the rack in here. I need to pull out the Le Mans. And hopefully by the time I give you another update, we'll have all the lines run on it, and it'll be running and driving, because that's all I'm liking is running the brake lines and the fuel line to having it running. Everything else will be done. That, and I'm concentrating on this truck. So I've got to go see the dentist here in a couple hours. So, hey, say a little prayer for no pain. I hate dentists, hate them. But I've got to do that. So I don't imagine I'll be doing anything today. That's why I came down here and I thought, well, I'll do an update video. So for the 34 people that watch them, you all know what we're up to. So other than that, get this stuff out of here. My plan long term this winter is we are still going to get that GTO, not paint it, but sand it down. Most of the area is fixed and primer on it, and do something about the engine, because we're going to drive it on the Power Tour next year with my daughter driving her Le Mans. But I am not going to set a goal of having to paint it, because I don't want to do it that fast. I want to do it right. So I'm going to fix what I can fix, not fix what I can't fix. I'm going to concentrate, my transmission's new, my rear end's great. I'm going to get that motor out. I'm going to put a new motor in this car, one that I don't have to worry about for, 30, 40,000 miles. And I'm going to drive the crap out of it. And while I'm driving it, I'm going to fix the few places that need to be fixed. And then in a year or so, I'll get in the paint booth and paint it. And that'll be it for that thing, unless somebody hits it or something, for me working on it. Because everything should last on it. But, I got a 70 GTO and it sits in the garage. That's what it looks like most all the time. Every once in a while I get out and drive it around the road. I think I need to get it out and drive it every day. So that's one of the plans. And that's going to keep, that's where we get her car done. She's going to switch her manpower over to helping me when she comes in on the weekends once a month. And we think we can get everything, like I said, my goal is mechanically drive it anywhere. I'm not worried about the body at the moment, and get all that done, and then we'll be good to go. So I think I'm going to change the springs in it too. I've got it too low. I know my daughter loves it. But as you can tell, it sets low, very low. It looks cool, but just too low. So, hey, thanks for stopping by. If you're one of the guys that are watching, or one of the ladies that are watching the videos, thanks for watching the videos. I hope it's fun. I told you all at the beginning, I was just doing this for a fun thing. Something I say that I did. The videos are probably going to get a little bit fewer between, but probably at least one or two a month. Just kind of dependent what's going on and what I feel like. Some of the stuff of, putting crap together and stuff, I don't know if you want to watch it or not. Maybe some of it I'll put on there. Different stuff. Get these cars done, and my daughter and I start hitting those road trips on every weekend. That's probably what it's going to be more of next year, is just a whole bunch of road trip car show crap. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I enjoy it when I get around to it, and have fun. Come back and see me and build them and drive them.